What's the most expensive thing? Gram for gram, pound for pound. It's a hard question to answer on the spot without a search on Google, so I asked 25 people what they thought it was. The quality of answers varied wildly, but the only person to say the same thing I did was George.
By weight, the most expensive object is a post stamp stored in an English vault.
He's talking about this stamp in a video by this guy, Tom Scott.
$8.3 million for about 40 milligrams.
8.4 million for 40 milligrams means 332 million for a full gram. That's a really good answer. A slightly worse answer is Ruben as Warren, who said,
What is the most expensive item by weight? I'd say pink diamond or diamond.
which is worth about $140,000 per gram on the high end, but this can drop as low as $2,000 depending on the intensity of the gem's colour. An answer that maybe is better than this is Will Nixon's, but I can't be sure because his answer was frustratingly vague. The best I could get out of him was
some sort of rock or something, it's super rare and it's just worth a fortune.
This could mean serendipite, which is worth more than pink diamond, or silica, which definitely isn't. I think the most logical answer to assume from him is standard diamond, the most common answer out of all of the responses.
Or diamond.
Including Will, 6 people said this,
Blue diamond.
and it's valued at $360 per gram. However, 2 of these 6 people specified a type. Tom said blue diamond, and as already mentioned, Ruben said pink, which both cost far more than the non-specific standard variant. But despite these good answers, Jacob almost has me convinced with this interesting logic.
So helium, because, one, it floats, which means, it weighs nothing. So if I bought, $200 worth of helium, it'd still weigh 0 grams. But then if I bought, $200 more of helium, it'd still be 0 grams, so, the weight's the same, even though I've got more helium. Which means I can, buy all the helium in the world with all the money in the world, and I would still have 0 grams of helium, which means, by the weight, which is 0, it's, really, really expensive.
But unfortunately, a quick Google search reveals his logic doesn't quite check out and leaves quite the disappointing answer. A surprisingly not disappointing answer is Ollie Stevenson, who said,
Horse semen, which is, I've studied a lot of semen lately. Especially race horses, you can get about 80 milliliters of that for 100,000.
And although this answer was strange, Charlie Legg's answer stumped me for a whole different reason.
Biltong, because that's $100 per kilogram, so that's pretty expensive to me.
At first, I didn't even know what biltong was. Either way, if the value he stated at $100 per kilo is right, that makes it comfortably the worst answer so far, unsurprisingly considering it's cured meat being compared to rare metals. An even worse answer, however, came from this guy, Oliver Ebbels, who responded with,
Champion, off the top of my head, I'd actually say a car.
No matter what car I use, this response just isn't great. At best, it's not bad. The Rolls-Royce boat tail is worth about $28,000 per gram new, but it serves my point to take it at its worst. This 2001 Toyota Echo I found on Melbourne's cheapest cars is worth a number so low I don't think it needs to be said out loud. And don't feel bad, even if I took the average car, it still wouldn't be a good answer. On the slightly more mundane note, 2 answers I haven't mentioned yet are the relatively average plutonium and saffron, from Chris and Jake respectively, neither being great nor terrible. However, this leaves only 1 answer remaining unmentioned. Coincidentally, the best answer.
Antimatter?
These 3 got the best answer, either because they searched it up, or watched a YouTube video about the stuff at some point. It's worth in the many trillions per gram, easily being the most expensive substance on this list, as it's ridiculously hard to produce, and the rarest substance in the universe. I don't understand this, but supposedly, it's the opposite of regular matter, whatever that means. And I get it. It's frustrating that the answer to this question is antimatter, something we'll never get to see, touch, or can even really imagine. But it's the most correct answer, and the most expensive thing per gram. Thanks for watching.